have it on the dark screen. I will fix that for you. So let me get it off the screen for you. Wrong thing. Let me get rid of that. And there are people waiting in the wings. Yeah, I think you should still be on display. Night light. There you go.
There you go.
And then you can just move the computer where you need it to be.
That should be fine.
Let me restore your chat where you can see it. There you go. No one's chatted yet.
So it's going to be, it's just going to come up. I don't have to do anything.
Yes, you don't need to do anything. This isn't like Zoom where you need me to edit or anything like that. So just move this wherever you want to, or, you know, you can see where you're at on the screen. You're really off to the side.
It's okay.
Okay.
I need to be able to reach everything. Thank you.
Did I slam it?
Yes, that's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It didn't spill. Finally, well, you're not numb in your sarcasm. Good morning, Laura. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How are you feeling, Laura? Or are you still not feeling? Are you home? Hi, Brittany. I bet. Okay. Can you sit all right, Laura? Or are you laying down? How are you ladies doing? What are you drinking? What are you eating? What are you working on? Hi, Nancy. How you doing? Laying down. Yeah. So we know if we don't hear from you, you fell asleep. Sorry about the stirring. I'm having some of my to have and to hold tea. It's got butterscotch in it. Laura, I got your stuff all packaged. It's sitting there waiting to go out. So I go to the post office. That's an unusual combination. Ginger ale and egg. Oh, that's awesome, Nancy. Yay. Is this a little boy or a little girl? Okie dokie. BIY. Okay, Nancy, boy. Okay, I thought you were giving me an acronym. I wasn't sure. Okay, that's awesome. Congratulations. What have you guys been up to all week? Nancy, you're going to knit or crochet a baby blanket? I still can't get used to you drinking hot water. I know tea is hot water, but I guess you can get used to it. Do you like it? Oh, your daughter is. Oh, I get that, Brittany. Take it easy. Are you working on any particular kind of cards, Brittany? I apologize if you hear ceramic on the mug because I want to keep my tea warm. It's one of those, topper things. Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice, Brittany. You're going to take it easy at Rhinebeck, right, Laura? I've never been there. It sounds too crowded for me. Right. Do you have any particular items in mind for that? it's gotten to the point where I don't like going to Maryland. I haven't been to Maryland. I made a choice not to go to Maryland before before the pandemic even hit. It got to be too much. Davina's doing okay, Brittany. Thank you for asking. Talia is recuperating. She was, she couldn't stay this time because she's sore, but she's walking well. She's recuperating a little at a time. The weather hasn't been, Oh boy, Laura, I don't think I could go and not buy anything. Too many pretty things. I mean, I might be able to, but it'd be hard. Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I think the change in weather is bad for anything that you have body wise. Is this a particular group for destashing, Laura? Is it or is it your Facebook? Right. Have you had excuse me, have you had good success there? I know sometimes the destash groups can be problematic. Mm. I don't want to take any of my projects out until I get some more tea finished. Otherwise, I'll probably spill on myself. Will anybody be making Christmas gifts this year? Right. Wow. Excellent. Because I know you had bins for particular dyers and everything, Laura. So I have to make some time to dye up some yarn. It's hard, Nancy, unless you get a really early start. The only time I ever did that, I started like the day after Christmas, and I worked through the whole year for the following Christmas. I think so, Brittany. That's awesome. I don't think I've ever heard of Shutterfly. That's nice. Wow, that's a lot of yarn. You're not giving up on crocheting and knitting, are you, Laura? I'm going to find something to work on. Mm. It's been a long time, though, since I've done... Well, that makes sense, and it kind of frees up space if you decide that you want to, get some more yarn or whatever. Oh, right. One skein wonders are hard unless they're fingering sock because, like DK or whatever, it's hard to find something to make with just one skein. Hey, Margaret, it's good to see you. What have you been up to? Oops. Is a bunny. Are you going to do any Right. Are you going to do any Christmas colorway type things? I know you were talking. I seem to remember us talking about something that you were already started or something. You weren't going to do kits, right, Laura? But are you going to do any kind of Christmas yarns or holiday yarns? I don't like self-striping yarn, um, except in socks and maybe like fingerless mitts and things. No, I think a lot of people are kind of taking a break from that kind of stuff. I might have nothing for pre-order, but I might just, seasonal type stuff. Did we have a winner for the tortoise versus hare? I don't recall if you said so. Talia said she thought the bunnies won this year. Really? What weight? What weight of yarn in the advent calendar, and what brand? Or is it a kit? Oh boy. Oh, that sounds like fun, Margaret. Is it nice out where you're at? Isn't that horrible, Brittany? It's awful. Oh, that sounds like you can make something really pretty. Laura, do you know what you're going to make with it? I'm assuming you don't know what they are yet. What colors they are yet. Oops. Dropped my stitch there. My turtles are still sitting in my bag. Sans heads, or if the head is started, there's no eyes on them. I don't feel like it. I'll have to see if I can finish them during the toy long. Oh, that sounds like fun. Marvel themed, that'd be fun. People are really creative with what they make Christmas themed. I know. It's the BFG scarf, right? It's gonna be a blanket. I think I'm using some Mad Tosh yarn now. Can you see the color? It's really pretty. I don't know if you can tell. It looks dark on my screen. I want to try and find some time to do some yarn dyeing, but it seems like every time I turn around, my day gets caught up. And when it gets cut up, I can't do yarn dyeing. Thank you, Brittany. You'll see, ye of little faith. Maybe it's a blanket for a bookworm. I have to weave all these ends in. I finally cut them free from all the balls, but I have to weave the ends in. What are you guys working on to finish for the finish all the things? I'm glad you think so, Brittany. Well, maybe it's just a blanket for that little the little blanket for that little swatch of coastline, I can do that. I'm talented that way. I'm actually getting warm myself. I'm going to take this sweater off in a second. This weather's been so crazy with the rain and the cold and all that kind of stuff. Take this off. There we go. That's better. A door bumper. A Musselburgh hat. What's a Musselburgh hat? Is it just stockinette, Margaret, that it's boring? I'm trying to use this time so I actually have projects to show you that I've worked more on than just the podcast. There. There we go. Oh, that doesn't sound like fun. Is that one of those things that has the long like a tail? Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Are you making it on the knitting loom? On the knitting machine? That'd be warm. Oh, cool. I know you do that, but it seems like every time I look at something from you, it's a hat that you've put on the machine or socks. I guess I haven't seen a project for you in a while, Margaret. Very neat. I have to see if I should probably just determine amount of inches for this so I know instead of just measuring it against myself all the time. See, if I'm 5'5"-ish, that's 65 inches. Right. Well, Wisconsin made good use out of it. Bet it's already starting to get really cold up there, Wisconsin. Laura, you are following baseball. Are they in the World Series yet? Or somebody would say that they were watching the Dodgers play, so I'm assuming they're still either in the playoffs or the World Series. Oh, really? What happened, Margaret? I'm glad you're sewing, but what happened to make you think about selling the machine? Playoffs. Okay. Thanks. I stopped following sports many eons ago. I was just curious. Right. Didn't you used to sell them in your shop though, Margaret? Or have you stopped doing that? What's the True Knit machine, Brittany? Does it just how's it different from the other machines? Oh, cool. Good for her. Why did they get kicked out of the company? Was this kind of hostile takeover or something? Good for her. I like to see people do that. Yeah. No worries. Brittany, how are you feeling? All right. That's a shame. Well, good for you, Nancy. That is so exciting. It's so exciting. Always exciting to have baby news. Now I'm cold. There. I should have brought a shawl down. There we go. That's better. Yeah, you should. I know that Taya kind of tried to overdo it as well, Brittany, her first couple of days, and she paid for it. So take it easy. How's the junk journaling going? You said you and your mom were making junk journals? I wonder how those 3D things hold up. I mean, it seems like, they use them for just about everything. So, I mean, do they end up kind of like those what's it called, PVC pipes, or is that about what they're feeling like? I know, Nancy, it's upstairs in my room. There, upstairs in my room. I have one in progress, but it's not big enough for me to put on. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I got a really neat book about prayer journaling, and I got another one. I think I have another one on regular journaling. Sometimes I don't have any ideas, and I have too many ideas to put into practice. Do you? How do you like them, Laura? I thought it might be an all. Yeah, yeah. Is it like the ones you use for leather, or they have a special one for fabrics and stuff? Well, that's good. I'm glad. Have you ever tried 3Ding like crochet hooks or knitting needles? Yeah, that would make sense, Brittany. Poor little owl. Send all little owls to me. I'll take care of them. Right. Hmm. How do you like them? The 3D hooks and needles? Because I'm not a big fan of plastic for either my hooks or my needles, but I was just curious how you like them. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Allergies. No, Brittany, you'll hurt the poor little owl's beak. Are the 3D items rough, or do they have a way of smoothing them out? Right. That's always a plus. But are they sharp enough to do like some of the lighter, some of the like lighter projects? Right. That makes sense. I bet they're less expensive than regular hooks and needles. The ones I don't really like much are the bamboo ones. I tried some bamboo needles, I think. I got some from China, and I didn't like the feel in my hand. I always felt like they were gonna break, and I didn't like the cord. Oh, good. You have to let us know how that goes, Margaret. Right. Sometimes you just need a little time away from it and then come back. Oh, are they? I didn't realize they were just as expensive. Oh, there goes my phone. Sorry, guys. Have you ever noticed that the moment you do something like this, it's when phone starts ringing or the doorbell or something like that? I put my house phone on fax, but that doesn't mean my cell phone doesn't buzz at me. Does anyone know if Laura or Brittany, well, anybody, actually, you're all in the chat. Anybody know if Pat is aware about this, about our live? So they use a filament. I don't know what I thought they used. I guess I kind of saw like a big block. Like, do you remember at SeaWorld they used to make out of a block of plastic, they used to make like a dolphin or whatever. And I think I kind of saw a block of plastic that you would use to make this thing, or a block of whatever it is that they use, whatever that filament is made of. Yes, Brittany. I always used to say I always used to say that I must have some kind of flag that goes up when I go to the restroom, because then the phone would ring or the kids would need something or whatever. Hello, Miss Cleo. Good to see you. Yep. That is the truth. What are you up to, Miss Cleo? If you hear noise in the background, my husband and both our girls are here. Davina's doing something or other. Hey, Pat, we're wondering where you were. You do a lot of yard work. How's it going with that? Are you still on? You're not in Florida yet, right? You're still in South Carolina. For a moment, I thought that said 221 pounds. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what you're going to do with 22 pounds of glitter. That's a lot of glitter. Yes. Oh, neat. Toys and diamond painting. Are you doing crochet and knit toys or something else? I think diamond painting would drive me up the wall because it requires fine motor skills and my hands tend to cramp. Oh, right. I forgot about that tree, Pat. Which diamond painting is that, Laura? I'm not on social media a whole lot, so I don't know. Cool. Don't forget to put them in the toy along. Like to see those. And if they were started prior to October, you can put them in the finish all the things. That makes sense. For me, I'm not sure I could do that because doesn't it require like using tweezers or something to pick up the little pieces and put them where they belong? For me, it would be too tedious. So when my hands hurt, I tend to dye yarn or write or something. Yay! Turtles are fun. That'd be pretty. Is it a sea turtle or a... Yeah, well, sea turtle. Land one would be a tortoise. It's too bad you weren't able to finish it before Tortoise versus Hare was finished. Or did you? Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So do you hit the end of the hurricane season when you're down there, Pat, or are you done with it? I can't remember. It's been a long time since I was in Florida. Oh, okay. That's not bad. Oh, gotcha. Is the wax like, is that what keeps it stuck in there? Or is it like hot wax that keeps it stuck in there? I don't know anything about it. The crochet goon? Me too, Pat. Hook, gotcha. I think you had your hands in the wrong position. That always makes me giggle. I sent a friend of mine a message with part of the message all garbled because I had my hands in the wrong position. I translated it later, but I wanted her to see what it looked like. It was funny. Oh, really? Aren't you afraid that's going to show up behind the diamonds? Okay, gotcha. Well, be careful, Pat. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a mixture of printed cross stitch and paint by numbers and light bright. You're probably a lot more careful about it than I would be. I'd have blue putty all over the place. I think I want to switch projects in a minute here. Last size is right up your alley, Laura. Paint by numbers with sparkles. Sparkly. Oh, I hope not. Yeah, I hope you have a good time and just be safe. My parents are on a cruise. They're leaving, I think, on my mom's birthday, so that's the end of October. They're going on a European river cruise, so they'll be there in November. Then when they come back, they have to think about coming here for Thanksgiving. What? Who said scarf? It's a blanket. I still want to try another project. Poor little disrespected blanket to be. Sorry if you can hear my husband. He's in the kitchen doing something or other. Let me try something else here. Oh, I got cold. What ports will you be going to, Pat, on the Caribbean cruise? No worries. She's doing well. She's tired. She's been having a rough time with the last couple days of weather, but and she also tries to overdo it sometimes. But she's walking well. Excuse me. And she's progressing. I mean, major surgery, as Brittany well knows, and Laura. The recovery, they told her the recovery time could be up to 2 years. So she's making good progress. She was out here with me the other day for about a half an hour before she had to go back and do her stuff. But she's doing well. And I appreciate you asking. So I'm never apologize for asking. I don't mind repeating. Yeah. I mean, but now, Brittany, I don't mean that, she's always going to be at the same level. She's going to, get progressively better. You know, I'm just saying that as opposed to, progressing for over 6 months or a year, it's going to be over 2 years. And they say it could, not necessarily that it will. It's just the nature of the thing. But she's doing all right. She's doing okay. It's an adventure. Saint Martin, Saint Lucia, Barbados, Martinique, Saint Kitts, Saint Thomas, Bahamas. Ooh, sounds fun. Sounds fun. I always wanted to hear about Saint Martin. I've never, I mean, you hear about it, but I've never really seen it in terms of even in movies and stuff. They talk about it, but they don't necessarily show it. They kind of stick to Barbados and Martinique and Bahamas and stuff like that. I'm not sure where St. Lucia is. That's Santa Lucia. Yeah, me too, Margaret. I think that what it set out to do, what the procedure set out to do, it did. It's not going to make her better, which is what I tell people, including her sister, remind her that, yeah, it made that aspect better. Oh, well, that's nice, Pat. That's always fun. I already worked on this one. Let me work on a different one. It's kind of nice to be known. You feel special when something like that happens. Oh, nice. Very nice. Must have been a lightweight shawl then. I assume that doesn't get cold in Saint Martin, or does it? I don't think of the islands getting cold, but I suppose they could, especially in the mountains. Oh, nice. Yeah, especially in the evening or in the morning. That would be really nice. I bet she loves it. You do nice work. Was it blue to blue and green, or blues and greens, kind of those colors, or did you do something to stand out against the sand and the water? And you guys can see the chat, right? Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. Great. I always get a little paranoid that everybody can't see it. Brittany, is JD in school today? Now, somebody was saying that their kid was off of school. I don't do Halloween, Miss Cleo. We do All Saints and All Souls. But we have Davina has her candy corn, and she's going to dress up. Right. Thank you, Margaret. Yeah, it says live chat. Oh my goodness. Well, she can handle it, I'm sure. She's a sharp little kid, sharp kid. Right. I think Halloween's probably my least favorite holiday. Brittany, shame on you. Be careful. I love candy corn. but it's gotten to the point where it's kind of too sweet for me, so I can't eat a whole lot of it anymore, but I do love it. Awesome. We don't get a whole lot of kids. I mean, it's really uneven here, so we just leave our light off. You don't like candy corn? Why not? Yes, as long as it doesn't throw you off of your healing, Miss Brittany. Candy corn is awesome. I have my candy corn colorway. I think I'm gonna make an autumn candy corn with the brown. Yes, the chocolate candy corn. That's one that's brown, white, and good girl, Brittany. I like those too. I like mounds. Some of the things I can't eat very much anymore, like the Mars bars. I used to love those. Trying to see if I have a pen nearby because I don't want to. I may have to pop out of the screen for a minute. Oh, that's nice. Well, you have a lot of people to do it for. Like I said, we didn't stop celebrating something there. We celebrate a lot of times with the church, especially when we were homeschooling. We do All Saints Day and All Souls Day. We'd have the party and they'd dress up and they'd have candy and all that. Thank you for asking, Margaret. I'm going to have more testing done and see what's going on with it. There was some improvement and then it kind of stopped and it's very difficult for me to open my mouth to eat. It seems to be weather related. I think it was the day before yesterday, just before the weather came in. I could not open my mouth without pain enough to get a spoon in my mouth. So I don't know. I appreciate you asking. I'm hoping that I get some answers soon. Yes, and eat candy, of course. I don't know, Brittany. I mean, when I talked to the doctor when I went and they diagnosed me with that psoriatic arthritis, he didn't think so. I think it is, or maybe it's that I still think I may have something else. Maybe I have some kind of fibromyalgia going on. I don't know. So do I, Nancy. I can't eat those anymore. I I love anything with salted caramel in it. Chocolate and salted caramel. That's amazing. Of course, I can't eat a whole lot of dairy anymore. So I had found this. It was so delicious. It's a brand, and it was a salted caramel in a pint size, and the whole pint was like 330 calories. For some reason, because they found out I love it, they stopped carrying it. They have the clusters and stuff, but those are like double the calories. Thank you, Brittany. I appreciate that. I would like to have some answers because then I can know, do I have to just put up with it and go from there, or is there some kind of treatment or what? You guys are awesome. I love my PHN family. Every single one of you. Okay, now I have to step away for just a second because I was stupid and to get a pen. I'm just going to go to my desk. I want to know that too, Laura. How's your dad? Now I'm back. Yes, even you, Laura, especially you. Yes. Or as the kids used to say when they were little, especially. Oh, did I lose my... Okay. That's right. Absolutely. Brittany knows that from a mother's heart. I hope I didn't lose my place on this silly thing. Okay. Because, oops, it's a bunny. And there we go. Okay. Oh, good. Uh-oh. Awesome. How long do you think he'll be in rehab, Laura? Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. Not today, Laura. Oh, good, Pat. How's she doing? I forgot to ask about that. Pat. Pat, were they able to get those stones eventually, or what happened? Oh, that's tough. Oh, he is. I was wondering if he was going to do that. So you said George is a physical therapist, right? I was wondering if George would be handling that for him, or if he's too close to the, you know, in terms of relationship. Okay, got that. That sounds good. Oh, he's OT. Why did I think he was PT? Okay, okay. I always thought he was a physical therapist. Okay, gotcha. Hmm. Right. Baby steps. Baby steps. Does she get a lot of visitors, Pat? That can make all the difference, having visitors. Hello? I'm unfamiliar with that handle. Could you identify yourself, please? Jorm? Is that a choice, Pat, not the visitors? Or is that something that the rehab says? Okay. Cool. It did, didn't it? Oh, right. Okay. Well, we're glad to have you. I just didn't recognize the name. I'm glad to see you here. How are you doing and what are you up to? Oh, that's hard. Did I pronounce your handle correctly? Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Yes, stealing gets put in the corner. With all the cute little bunnies. Safe from beheading. If you see me lean forward, is to see, I couldn't see her emoticons, so I wanted to see what they were. No headless bunnies. They'll be cute and smiling at you. Headless bunnies would make you too happy, so they wouldn't be headless. And cute little bottoms they are. Cute little cottontails. Too funny. Has anybody is anybody already thinking about what they're going to do for their meals for Thanksgiving? I know it's a little early, but I was just curious. Okay. Good. Gotcha. Okay, perfect. Crown sounds like fun. I hope you show a picture somewhere. Traditional, Nancy? Pat, Brittany, didn't you guys, what's it called? Smoke your turkeys last year? Was it you? I forget. Somebody smoked turkeys last year. Well, that'll be fun. Make sure you get doggy bags so you can have leftovers. Right. Okay. I thought so. I think you said you made 2 turkeys last year, Brittany. What is the crown for that you're crocheting? Is it for a like a Christmas gift or something? Oh, right. Okay. Right. Right. That makes sense. I know we lived abroad several times before my husband retired from the military, And one year we had 2 Thanksgivings because we had our Thanksgiving, which my husband took me out to the NCO club because we did an early Thanksgiving for our British landlords who didn't know so we made a traditional Thanksgiving dinner for them in England. Oh, I'm sorry, Brittany. This will be a little bittersweet for you, but you have a lot to be thankful for. Oh, that's fun. She'll love it. I'm so sorry to hear that. Isn't it kind of cold for you guys to do the smoking of the turkeys outside where you're at, Brittany? Oh, that's funny. You must really like your grilling. We like grilling over here too, but Mike doesn't. Well, our grill won't work. It's really weird. Our grill won't work if it's over a certain temperature outside or if it's under a certain temperature outside. That just sounds wrong, Laura. You take a healthy food like a turkey and then deep fry it. It sounds good. I like cooking for Thanksgiving. Oh, that's nice. They take longer to heat up, but they're nice. I like to cook. I get tired by the time Thanksgiving is over, but I like to cook. I want Laura to come here and do the 7 fish dinner at the appropriate time, which is not this season, but my husband complains at me because I like to bake. So a lot of the recipes I find are for sweets. But I do love to cook. Now I have to be more creative because I have to figure out gluten-free, dairy-free stuff if I can. I think it's harder when you're just 2 people. That would be so much fun. I have to make sure my jaw will cooperate first, but Laura, I'll let you explain it because I've never had one. I only know that our family used to do it, the Italian side of our family, and my parents have been to one, but I've never been to one. Mhm. Christmas, Mike makes a homemade pizza. I finally settled on an Easter meal, and then Taya couldn't eat it anymore, so I had to figure out something else. Still working on that. Thanksgiving is just Thanksgiving. At least you can be adventurous. You can be adventurous when you live by yourself and can cook whatever you want for yourself. I can understand how it can get boring, though. Yep. Wow, that's a lot, Miss Cleo. That's interesting, Brittany. I never thought of that. It's an interesting possible tie-in. Is that what the tie-in is, Laura? I don't remember. I don't remember if anybody ever told me what the tie-in was when I was growing up. So you can have shellfish, just not fish? Right. Huh. Well, I can eat about half of those. I calamari, that's got tentacles, right? Ugh. Love tilapia, love clams, love shrimp. Bacala, bacala sounds good. Eel, no, I don't eat eel. Mussels, love mules. Oh, okay. That's true too. That's the downside. Rejoin. Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay. I didn't know there was a children's book about it. Right. Cool. That sounds like it would have been interesting. Love crab cakes. Crab cakes are awesome. Oh, salmon is good. When we were in the Northwest in Washington State, we always, the big thing was salmon and Dungeness crabs. What do you do? What do you do with this for sides, Laura? Ooh, risotto. Yummy. I can't get past tentacles. Ugh. Ugh. No accounting for. You can have all my tentacles, Laura. Risotto's amazing. Is the calamari rubbery, Laura? Yes. It's just, I don't know if it's a texture thing or what. I don't like oysters either. I like clams, but I don't care for oysters. Unfortunately, clams are too chewy for me now, but I don't like tentacles, and I don't like things that are looking at me. So people who serve me, somebody brought me a lobster one time when we were in Maryland, and it was looking at me. My husband ended up with 2 lobster dinners because I could not eat the lobster. It was looking at me. I had to have something else. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Good to know. Yeah, I can't eat anything that's looking at me. Okay, scallops, I know. What is Skulgilly? What is that? Oh, Nancy, we're glad that you were able to stop by, and we'll talk to you later. I'll see you next Sunday. For HFI. Say hi to Joe for me. Have a good day. God bless. Ugh, I wouldn't like it. Wouldn't like it. Don't like that texture. God bless, Nancy. Have a good day. Thanks. No, 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 no. Ew. Ew, that's gross. No, no, no. Yuck. Scugili. Scugili. Okay, that makes sense. That even sounds Italian. Okay. Does it have it sounds like it would have a gelatinous kind. Does it have like a gelatin with it or fish cheeks? I didn't know there was such a thing. Fish cheeks. There's something wrong with that. Yeah. It reminds me of Indiana Jones when those monkey eyes popped up. I think it was monkey eyes popped up in the soup bowl. It's just something wrong with that. Ugh. Yuck. That doesn't make me want to eat it anymore. I know that escargot and stuff is delicacy, but I don't want to eat snails. No, I don't care if they're sea snails. Oh, okay. That sounds like it would work. Yuck. I don't like I shouldn't say I don't like it. I've never had it, but no, thank you. It took me a while to eat frog legs. I don't think I'll ever understand why people like to serve fish with the heads on. It just, I don't know, kind of freaks me out. I saw a documentary one time. I think it was a documentary on the foods people like to eat in China, and they were showing the market, and they had like I don't know, there were these big bugs, um, and I just kind of looked at it. And I said, "Ugh." It was. I mean, they look kind of like they're like those scarab type things that you see in the Mummy movie. I mean, that's how I equate it. It's probably something completely different, but I just looked at it and said, "No." I think you eat them in courses, Weijern. What is foie gras? I've heard of it, but I've never had it. Oh, I like liver. I love liver pate. Yummy. Do like pate. Got some really good pate in Belgium. Put those little crackers or something with it. Kind of cool. I love pate. Davina loves pate. Like liver and the heart. I love liver. It's good. I was very surprised when Davina decided she liked liver. She does. Ooh, yuck. I don't. How do you eat that? There doesn't seem to be any meat on that. I mean, what? It's almost like you'd be gnawing on the bones. That's funny, Pat. Ew. Ew. Yuck. Ah, losing my stitch. Right. Normal's good. Of course, one person's normal is another person's strange. It's all on how you look at it. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, I don't like that. I had that when I was in high school. My dad was stationed in Belgium, and we were staying at the hotel. They had that. It was nasty. The texture is just something I couldn't get past. I'm sure that many people like it, but beef tongue, not for me. Not for me. It was just nasty. That's funny, Laura. That's funny. It's weird, some of the things people eat. It's just very strange. I'm not sure how we got talking about weird foods. One thing being in Belgium when my dad was stationed there, when we were there the first time, got me to realize is that I didn't have to have just breakfast food for breakfast. I would go, they'd have at the hotel, because we didn't have housing yet, so we were in the hotel while we were going to school. So for breakfast, they had all this deli meat and stuff. So I'd have whatever deli meat and stuff for breakfast, like a sandwich or whatever, and take another sandwich to school for lunch. Oh Lord, of course. Yes, of course it is. Too funny. I guess technically I started it then because I asked her about the 7-fish meal coming over here and making some. That's pretty funny. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm half Italian, and we don't have as many of the traditions as you do in our house. I've had to drop a lot of the pastas and stuff because of the gluten, which is sad, but I like to make biscotti. I need to make some biscotti. I need to see if it'll hold together with gluten-free flour. Make chocolate biscotti. Oh, that sounds good, Pat. I love rotisserie chicken. My husband and I looked at getting a rotisserie to make our own rotisserie chicken, but it's kind of prohibitive and it doesn't really hold that big of a bird. What brand do you use, Laura? Because I haven't found a gluten-free pasta that tastes good. And also the calories are off the charts. If you want to have any kind of meal. I'm gonna make some. But I could do that. Oh, that's an idea. We have an Instapot. I have to talk to Mike about that. We have an air fryer that we use for a lot of different things. Ronzoni. Okay. I wonder. You have to see if I can find that. Thanks, Laura. I made some gluten-free, dairy-free pumpkin bread for me and Talia to eat for breakfast the other day. So, and it seems like the quick breads hold up pretty well. Things that don't use yeast. Yeah, it is. That's good, Pat. It's a good bargain. I always balk to doing the Costco because we don't eat enough and all that. We don't have a big family, but that makes sense. Well, that's good. I mean, I think you learn to make do where you have to and enjoy the things that you don't have to make do with. You find alternatives, Pat. It actually is quite an adventure to find the recipes that work gluten-free, dairy-free, or the products that work gluten-free, dairy-free. Um, it's an adventure. It's trial and error, but it's fun. Margaret, it was nice seeing you. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day. God bless. Right. I'm surprised you don't eat a lot of pasta, uh, Laura. I love pizza. Gluten-free pizza just isn't the same. But from Aldi, really, Brittany? Okay. That's true, Weejarn. And you savor the things that you don't have to change, and you make do with the things that you do. That works. Yeah. My weakness is bread. That's why I'm glad that I can do gluten-free options. I love bread. It was easier to give up cheese than I thought it would be, and also I have a fairly good brand of dairy-free cheese, so you just kind of do what you do. That sounds like fun. I'm not a big steak person. I prefer to have chicken or fish or something like that. Heathen, I know, but there you go. Unless it's really, really soft, I just don't. Right. No Prince Spaghetti days on Wednesdays, Laura? I don't know if that was a thing when you were growing up, but when I was in Boston in high school, my first 2 years of high school, they always used to have an advertisement about Prince Spaghetti, and it was Prince Spaghetti Day was Wednesday. Yeah. It's hard. You just do it. Like I don't have to do it so I can cheat, but I suffer for it. You know. Yeah, chicken is really good. We eat a little bit of pork here and there, but chicken is and fish, and really lean ground meat for chili and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love peas. Not canned though. I don't like canned vegetables. They have to be frozen or fresh. But I used to love to do a dish where we had the noodles and either peas or broccoli and chicken. I can't remember what else I used to put in it, and we kind of like uh, put a vinaigrette over it all. Is that a choice, Laura? Is that a dietary restriction? Okay. You don't like pork. Okay. What about like a ham sandwich? Do you ever eat those, Laura? I was just wondering. I know sometimes, you know, a person might not like a food in the majority of instances, but they might eat it in a certain instance. I love bratwurst. I think bratwurst is pork. I mean, I know they have chicken or turkey brats, but I don't like those as much. Gotcha. Okay. That's interesting. Right, right. I find that pork dries out really easily. So if I make a ham, it's going to be a ham like you know, a solid piece of ham, like those spiral cut hams. I don't um I don't do pork chops or anything because they just seem to dry out too easily. Do you? I love the smell of bacon. Although I don't get people's, you know, their fascination with it necessarily. Right. Lamb's another one that it tastes okay when you cook it the first time, but if you try to have leftovers, it dries out. So I don't care for lamb. Um, it's just not my thing. I mean, we've had it a couple times for Easter, but it's just not I don't care for it. Yeah, yeah. I think I don't care for like duck. I think it's duck because it's very greasy. I don't do well with grease. Oh, rabbit. I can't eat a rabbit. I think I've had it, but it's not. Do you? I'm not sure what you do with mint jelly. Are you supposed to put that on meat? Usually I think of it like on beef, but I guess you can use it with rabbit as well. Have any of you guys ever made I think they're called crown roasts. They look like ribs or something. They look like a crown and they have the little hats or whatever you call little stockings on top of them. That looks like a lot of work for not much meat. I was just wondering if anybody made it and how it tastes. Gotcha. Do you? Isn't it time consuming? I mean, it looks like there wouldn't be any meat on it. I don't like to have to work so hard for very little meat. Okay. Okay, gotcha. You can tell that I don't go in for some of the more extravagant. If I don't think there's enough meat to make it worth the cost, I won't buy it. Steak. Now, I do like filet mignon because it kind of falls apart in your mouth, and the way my husband makes it's really good. But we don't get that very often because it costs too much. When I get my parents their Christmas gift from Omaha Steak, a lot of times it'll have filet mignon and then it'll have lobster and all that kind of stuff. Oh, that's fun. My aunt used to work as a butcher part-time. She was a teacher, a special ed teacher. No, she was a regular teacher. And in her early years, I think it was, she worked part-time as a butcher. And then I think she went strict education after that, but you don't like filet mignon? Really? Why? I've never heard of anybody not liking filet mignon. I have to agree it's good, isn't it, Brittany? I used to love to eat veal until I learned it was a baby animal. Then I didn't want to have it anymore. Right. Okay. I love it, but I don't want to eat it because it's a baby animal. I mean, I won't turn it down if somebody gave it to me, but poor little baby animal. Right, right. So you don't like the hearts and the liver and the brains and all that kind of stuff. I do like the heart and the liver. I have to fight Davina for the heart and the liver. I tell her if I'm making the meal, I get first dibs. Oh, gotcha. I guess it can get tiresome. I guess like working at an ice cream shop or something all day. You say, I can't believe that you don't just, you know, eat all this ice cream. People are like, well, I'm tired. It's like when I bake for Christmas, I just get tired of all the sugar stuff. I I never really think of a chicken having that part of the anatomy, just like I didn't think about fish cheeks. It's just something I never really thought about. That's pretty funny. I guess they must have. They sat, right? I've heard about that. I just can't quite wrap my head around how that would taste. 'Cause I lived in, Massachusetts twice, and, um, I I just couldn't bring myself to have ice cream that had bacon in it. I've heard of maple bacon, that's pretty good. Sweet, but I guess, yeah. I'll eat mayonnaise, but only on certain things. I like it on a a, meatloaf sandwich, but generally, I'll put mustard on my sandwiches. Every once in a while, it's kinda neat to try something and find out, "Wow, I like that." Garlic ice cream? That just sounds weird. Huh. Was it any good? Oh, that's cool. We used to make I ho home Mike used to make homemade ice cream a lot. Wasabi wasabi, is that salty or is that spicy? I thought that was kinda I'm not sure I like the flavor wasabi. I think I tried it one time and it didn't agree with me, but I don't remember why. I can't imagine an ice cream. Right. I bet it was. Yuck. It just doesn't seem like it would go together. Oh, it's hot. Okay. Okay. I can't imagine having that in an ice cream. I guess the heat would cool off in the ice cream. I don't know. It seems like you get a stomach ache eating that, or I would. Ooh, I don't like horseradish. Yuck. Thank you, Wajorn. I bet. I think it's an acquired taste. Oh my gosh, I bet it did. I didn't realize it was the same kind of color or texture or whatever. Yuck. I bet that kind of surprise is not a good surprise. The one thing I can't get my head wrapped around too well is cold soups. Like to me, a soup should be hot and not cold. Otherwise, it's something else. A soup is supposed to be hot. That sounds like a plan, Pat. Mm. It's kind of an unpleasant surprise, right? I'm sure we all have done certain things like that to some extent at one time or another. Yes, yes. I don't get cold soup. It's not a soup. Yeah, is borscht also cold, or is that I know I'm not sure if that one's also cold, borscht. Yeah, it's not a soup. Uh, I might like that, but it's not a soup. It's a sauce or something. Okay, gotcha. To me, a soup, like a raspberry soup or something that's cold, is a sauce. It's not a soup. Or it's some kind of dessert. As Davina would say, soup should be hot. Well, actually, that's not what she would say, but ew. No, that's just yuck. I don't understand it. I mean, I shouldn't say yuck because other people like it. All opinions are my own, and uh, not a judgment on any kind of you know food that anybody might like. They're all my own judgments how I feel about it. Yay! Yeah, it's not soup if it's cold. No, 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 no. They need to find another name for it. It's not soup. Soup means hot. Some of the soups that yeah, we get these recipe books like for soups and stuff, and some of these soups look like stews, and some of these stews look like soups. I would really love to know what the criteria is for a soup as opposed to a stew, and why a cold soup is considered a soup when it's really not. That's what I thought, Pat. But if you look at some of the recipes in some of the cookbooks, you'll see soups and they look like they're stews, you know? And then every once in a while you get a really watery kind of stew and they say, no, it's a stew. So I don't understand that. Unless it's a puree. Behave yourselves, ladies. You guys are cute. What was Chewy doing on the bed? You guys are awesome. You make me happy. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Chewy's adorable. Such a cute little dog. Huh. One doesn't really preclude the other, though, does it, Brittany? Too funny, Pat. Animals can be like that. He's an intelligent little dog. Yes, still confusing. I agree, Brittany. Now I'm hungry. I have a few more minutes to give you guys before I have to sign off because Mike is going to want to eat. Oh, I love shepherd's pie. That's a good question, Brittany. I don't know why chili is called chili. I have to see if I'm supposed to make chili this weekend. Do you make shepherd's pie with mashed potatoes, or do you make it with biscuits? That could be. Sounds yummy, Laura. I have to wait. I have tried it on occasion with other types of potatoes, like maybe with hash browns that are gluten free, so Talia can maybe eat it as well. I used to make it, but the way I make my potatoes, she can't eat it. So I put almonds in there, slivered almonds, peas, and all that kind of stuff. I like shepherd's pie because it's kind of a catch-all. You can put almost anything you want in it. Have you ever tried it with ground chicken or ground turkey, Laura? It's pretty good. I'd like to learn how to make, I think they're called pasties or pasties. They kind of look like calzones, but they're not. They They're kind of like a shepherd's pie or a stew in a crust that's folded over. This is good. Oh, that's too bad. Have you tried ground chicken? Oh, wow. How old is she, Laura? "13, right. That makes sense. Although I have used um, alcohol, wine in soups as well on occasion. Ground chicken is awesome. Did she say why she wanted the sunglasses? I mean, were they that important to her? Are they something special or? What does that mean, in school suspension? Does it mean like she's in a study hall, like a detention kind of thing all day, or? I've never heard of that. Oh, gotcha. Oh, right. Peer pressure. Oh, principal's office all day. Okay. Not fun. May think twice next time. And I'm assuming you mean their own classwork and not their friends' classwork, Pat, right? Sorry, that's the editor in me. And being a brat. Right. Individualized education plan. That sounds a little like the Breakfast Club to write about their crime, why they did it, and what they should have done. It's a good idea. You're welcome. See, I did my special ed and I got my degree and everything, but I didn't go to work in the school. I used it with Davina when we homeschooled, and also working with Seton counsel, kind of counseling people who were using the homeschool program. So I worked as a special educator that way. Oh, that's interesting. Kind of like being solitary confinement. How is she? What is she struggling with in math, Brittany? Okay, how long ago was that, Brittany? You might have to stay on top of that a little bit because sometimes they either get busy or whatever. You know how it is. Just because it's more important to you than it is to them on various levels. Did you ask Brittany? Did you ask JD what's giving her trouble? Oh, good. Conferences will help. You're right, Pat. I remember for Davina especially, math was very abstract. But because she had a good memory, flashcards helped a lot. And of course, we did use physical objects like kidney beans or whatever we had. Oh, that's not good. Right, right. Why is that, Laura? Was she able to what's the word I'm looking for? To adjust other areas so that it wasn't so obvious or compensate? Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. Allergies. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, ladies, I am going to have to sign off as much as I'm enjoying this conversation in about 7 minutes. So if we can kind of wrap things up a little bit so that we don't leave anybody hanging. Oh, this doesn't go here. So you guys kind of wind down what you want to say so I don't, because I feel rude just shutting down. So I'm giving you a heads up that we're going to be shutting down in about 5 minutes. That's not right, Brittany. Yes. Right. 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 Brittany, you can do that teaching, honestly. One-on-one, you'll be able to see better if you decide that's what you want to do. I didn't think I would be able to, even with my degree, I didn't think I would be able to do it for the girls, especially Davina. But it works itself out. That's right. Make sure that they understand that you are an advocate for JD. I know I had to do that with Davina. That's okay. The more tired they get, the more likely they are to do something. Ugh. That's right. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. I had to pitch a fit, literally, to get Davina the stuff she needed when she first started getting diagnosed. Right. In some ways, I think that's kind of par for the course. I can remember my dad getting really frustrated trying to teach me math when I started having difficulty because they weren't teaching it the way they taught him. Yeah, don't let the fact that you think they're tired of you, Brittany, don't let that stop you. Uh, you just keep doing what you have to do. Right. What happens sometimes is when the teacher doesn't want to won't accept any way but their way. That always kind of annoyed me. That you know, it just. I understand that you're trying to teach something, but I've never heard that. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Never heard that before. All right, ladies. I love you guys, but we have to call it a day, okay? You're very welcome, Brittany. Brittany, if you need any encouragement or suggestions, you've got Pat, of course, but you've also got me. So I know Laura knows a lot. So just contact one of us, okay? God bless and have a wonderful weekend. My best to everybody. JD gets a hug, please. And I'll see you later. God bless. Have a great day. Bye.